I'm playing hard mode Minecraft today. As you can see, it is hard mode. I'm gonna make a stop. I'm gonna start a stopwatch, and then I will start like playing and stuff. All right, I've started the stopwatch, and let's go do this. We're gonna need food because it's hard mode, so we're gonna need a lot of food. Peanut. Hi. Trying to get like trees and stuff. Oh, there's trees over there, but I'm gonna get these right now. Do you have Bedrock Edition or PS4? Because I'm pretty sure you're gonna need PS4 to join. Alright, can you friend me? My name is groundedninja3. So it's just my username on YouTube, but with a 3 at the end. I don't have Microsoft, no. I'm playing on Bedrock.
Coming to a close, which stocks and sectors will work best in the year ahead? We will debate and discuss that with our investment committee today. Joining me for the hour are Stephanie Lake, Josh Brown, John Najarian, Tiffany McGee is the CEO and CIO at Pivotal Advisors, and Michael Farr is the president of Farr Miller in Washington. We kick it off today as we always do. A look at the trade, another record setter early on. Dow has fallen back, though everything really has. Nasdaq's negative, as is the Russell. S&P hanging on to just about a 5-point gain. I know everybody is thinking about what the new year is going to bring. John Najarian, I go to you first because you have what may be some very interesting clues as to how some big bets are already being placed. Tell us.
Sure, Scott. Well, virtually as we hit those new highs, we had very significant put buying show up on our computers, our algorithms, and it wasn't small. It was huge. It was 14,000 contracts in one strike. It was 50,000 contracts in another strike. Those are very big. That's enough to get your attention, and the fact that they're buying out of the money puts just as the market hits that new high and the market reverses, Scott. Now that doesn't say that we have to go straight down and it has to be a 10 or a 20% correction, but some very big money, because these were, $5 million to $20 million trades that were going off in fractions of a second. When that happens, that tells you that people that are running very large sums of money either want protection or they're betting that we roll over. One of those two things in the first few weeks of the next year. So,
but like another thing though, it's like recently it said that Minecraft has been down for like a lot of people, so like they can't join multiplayer things, and that's been happening to me just for the past like 2 days. So and me and my friend didn't know it was happening, so I looked it up, and it turns out that it was like a big thing, and a lot of people were having it happen to them, so you might not have been able to join anyways, if you can't join.
Let's listen to Mr. Petterfy, and we can talk about that on the other side.
Fantastic.
Okay, I'll put it's gonna be where my house is, just in the side of a mountain, I guess. I gotta survive though, that's my only goal. It's just do not to die. Wait, let's make it so we can see our house.
John, I mean, that matches up almost word for word with sort of what you're seeing trade for trade, right? I mean, Mr. Petterfy's talking about their options customers for the first time ever.
Technically, I could just do this.
Being net short the market, and you're
get some charcoal.
some very big trades that have been placed in the same direction. He also noted it was technology based. That's what you've seen too.
Yeah, it is the QQQ, Scott. It's everything basically from, I think, the 288 strike in the Qs.
Why are pigs so hard to, like, cook?
Strike, something like that, Scott. And again, is it prudent to try to lock in some of the gains, in particular for something like the tech stocks that have climbed so fast since March? Yeah, it is prudent. And is it, as Mr. Petterfy says, though, maybe more than just a little noteworthy that these people are net short at a big professional shop like Interactive Brokers? I think that tells you a lot, that people that are, concerned about at least an initial start to the year not being quite as rosy as it has been since basically the election until now.
So, Steph, what do you want to take from this and match it up maybe with your own view about where you think at least the early part of 2021 is going to go? I think it's on everybody's mind right now, given where we are in this year and what lies ahead for 2021.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe in the short term you could see some volatility. We have the Georgia runoff next week, right? So, and the market is not pricing in a blue wave. So I can easily see volatility creeping up into that event, and we'll see what happens because the market.
Let me turn my brightness up.
As we said, and the blue wave would not
I might not be able to turn it up anymore, though.
But to answer your question, for all
The brightness probably is up all the way. Oh wait, no, video, yeah, brightness is up all the way. Okay,
The reason that's so important is because it is the bridge between now and when we all get a vaccine, right? And I don't know when that's going to be. Scott, is that first quarter, is that second quarter, is that second half?
Okay, I'm gonna run home.
It's coming. And as a result, I think you're going to see...
Oh, wait, no. Oh, yes. Okay, Eve.
I'm not expecting multiple expansion. We got that this past year, right? We're not going to get that next year. But we are going to have, I think, higher earnings. And I want to own the reopened stocks because their earnings have gotten hit so much harder, and they will see a much stronger recovery as we reopen.
So, Michael Farr, you take what John has seen and what Mr. Petterfy has said and what Steph's perspective is, and you sort of meld into what Tom Lee has told us. And he's looking for S&P 4,000 in the early part of 2021. He says, quote, strong markets finish strong. President Trump signs a relief bill, better late than never. The third wave of COVID is rolling over, he says, even though you're seeing hospitalizations and deaths continue to rise, and it's a lagging indicator, and something obviously to be concerned about. And there's growing market skepticism about the rally. All of that, and the likes of which we've just talked about, are reasons why the market's going to go 4,000, 10% upside before maybe you have a correction. What do you think?
Sure. I mean, yes, maybe we see that 10% upside before you have the correction. I'd be interested in asking Tom Petterfy if there's been a shift in his customer base, because if it really has become more institutional, then perhaps there's more
Okay,
percentage of hedging going on. That strikes me as a short-term protection move. It sure looks like a trade.
Oh God, that was close to being dead.
Steph mentioned the Georgia election. We have to see what sort of bill actually makes it through the Senate here for spending and everything else. So when stocks are making new all-time highs, it certainly makes sense you would have some pullback at some point.
So,
Like that option activity.
I need to be careful in this series because, I can't die.
Longer term, what does 2021
Or it's not gonna,
look like?
like, I'm gonna end the world when I die. So it's less of a hardcore world. I'm more trying, I don't know. I'm trying to see how long I can go without dying. But I do want to make it a little bit hard on myself. So I kind of want to go out during night, first night. So now, pretty close, I want to go out there with a stone sword.
It's an options way of another options way of sort of hedging your bets and protecting to some maybe expected downside that he sees as well as you get into the Georgia runoffs and
Yeah, I'm healing up quite a bit.
Tiffany, what's your view? And then I'm going to switch directions before I get to Josh. Tiff?
Yeah, so much. I mean, first of all, again, I'm not a trader. I'm a long-term investor, and I think that we do have.
Okay, let's go out and
finally we do have
hunt for some mobs.
I'm concerned about how long it takes for those stimulus checks to get in the hands of the American people. Last time it took a few months. The IRS, this is their busy time of the year, so I know there have been, there's been talk about checks getting in.
I know this isn't a very smart idea but I'm trying to like survive as long as I can. Especially since it's on hard mode. Oh good.
The market is not the economy. But I think long term, the market depends on the economy, depends on spending. And so the reality for a lot of American people is that, moratoriums on evictions and, foreclosures are going to be up. And so I want to see what that other, what support kind of lies there for American people. And I want to see, how long we can get some relief. Also on my mind is how long, is how many people will actually take the vaccine.
Oh God, okay.
There needs to be a lot of education around that. And so again, we're talking second quarter, even in third quarter.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Really see kind of like the
Ooh, it blew up some iron ore here. But that's a little bit of a good thing because
in the last days, minimum that you've been positive on where we are and where you think we could go. What I want to do, because I think it's hard for people to.
I'm a little bit disoriented.
How much goodness is
Disoriented. I don't know. Alright, I got 5 iron from that and a piece of coal. Let's keep going in this mine, in this cave.
To rotate to stocks that have done really well of late, and that's the reopen trade. And I want to pose that to you from one of our.
Is Luke the Notable good at like Minecraft PvP? The question I have.
With a question, we've been doing that on Ask Halftime, but here's Mike Francesa with a question I think on everybody's mind.
Oh, here's some ore.
Happy New Year to everybody, the audience and everybody obviously.
We're gonna need to make a flint and steel. One of the first things we're gonna need to do, and a chest plate. All I think I want to do on this world is make like a, for armor and stuff, is just a chest plate and shield. Really, I think I should be good with that. I don't want to make it too like easy to survive. So I'm gonna try like no going like, or there's no point of having no sleeping. I think that's one rule that I'm gonna make for myself. God.
First of all, welcome, what's up, Mike?
Oh no, come on. No.
Parlance that I think Mike will feel very comfortable with. This is not like you have to choose between being Mets or Yankees, right? And like if you wear a Yankees hat one day and a Yankee Mets jersey the next day, people are looking at you funny. This isn't like that. So I think the optimal portfolio is a mix of both. And Stephanie has been all
Alright, that was close.
now. And look, we're at a really great time in the market right at this moment because you have a couple of cross currents that I think you can take advantage of. The first thing is the all-country world index, which is the first thing I look at. Okay? Most people don't. They look at the Dow or the S&P. The all-country world index today, all-time high.
See, how fast can I do this?
Confirmation that it's not
Okay.
just about
I'm just checking how fast I can like build a little pillar with dirt. I think that's gonna be one of my strategies on this. And that can be one of my strategies in general, like building up to a 2-block pillar to hide, I don't know, get a little bit of map-ish type feel.
30-year high in the Nikkei. Japan's about 6% of the global stock market opportunity. Used to be much bigger, might be bigger in the future. This is an important story. Look at a chart of Toyota. If you think Tesla is the only auto company breaking out, Toyota has broken out, new record high. Okay, so you have that as the backdrop, good things happening. Now you've got this yield curve steepening, which is important, right? 81 basis points. That's a high from before the pandemic, which lends credence to that idea of a global expansion. The dollar
No, not that, this.
Areas within the S&P 500, exporters, industrials, etc. You've got all these great things happening, but here's the best thing. The Robinhood trades are blowing up. The Wall Street Bets trades are blowing up. And you need that froth to come off the market. I had Michael Batnick run these numbers for me this morning. Snowflake is at a 21% drawdown. So if 2 weeks ago, you were, like many of us, wanting to rip your own eyeballs out and throw yourself from a bridge because you didn't get into Snowflake, those people are now in a bear market. Airbnb is in a 12% drawdown. DoorDash, 25% drawdown. Palantir down 12%.
Let's talk Zoom.
This is what you want.
Zoom has fallen from a high of 588 in October to 350.
Zoom is 350. I'm long Zoom. GoodRx is in a massive drawdown, 25%. C3 AI. These were stocks that you would look at and you would be like, how come nobody told me to buy this? And it made you crazy. Those tops are all blowing off, which is great because it means you can breathe. You can take your time. When the market is trending, you can't think straight. And now you've got this reset. In the meantime, go look at the greatest hit stocks.
Thought he was carrying a...
Right now, Amazon breaking out. Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all set up for new breakouts. Apple, all-time high, $2.4 trillion market cap. This is what you want. Disney.
Mama, I'm a goat.
You're in a great place, Mike. Choose the barbell. The barbell has worked all year. The barbell should continue to work. Don't worry about playing for one team or the other. You can be in both camps. It ain't messy, man.
At the same time, though,
Happy holidays.
John Nigerian, you're trimming a lot of the stocks that Josh just mentioned, all across your book.
Yeah, well, because, Scott, I'm lucky enough to have a non-taxable account that I'm trading in. So with commissions at virtually nil, what I've done, Scott, is I've trimmed almost everything except Walmart,
Baby zombie.
Target, and Apple. Virtually everything else I've been pulling out of stock and putting on options.
But to be clear,
I dropped a carrot.
let's be clear.
I'm
I'll let
poopy.
you explain why in a second. You trimmed Facebook, you trimmed Microsoft.
I see that you kept your sense of humor.
And Netflix, and JP Morgan, Oracle, Las Vegas Sands.
Yeah. Well, because
Alright, let's smelt some more iron.
telling you that I'm lightening up. That doesn't mean that, oh, I'm just going to sell 50 shares here or something like that. No, I'm significantly lightening up my exposure to equities here through the equities themselves.
I'm gonna make this a
In other words,
nice
selling stocks that have had
house.
outperformance
Alright.
and holding on to little
Every
bits of
time I'm
those
gonna
stocks
get on
with
this, I'm gonna
options
stream.
option spread.
So there's
I have a lot
to
less
prove
risk
that I'm not
in a
cheating and
$5
stuff.
option spread
Yeah, I'm
with
just gonna make
Microsoft
this a nice
than I
little
do
house
a
right here.
$225, $230 stock and
Probably
look
should
where it
I should
was
probably
in
go
March.
mining.
So that's what I've done.
I need to
Keep
hold
those
stuff,
trades,
so let me make a
lighten up
chest.
significantly in many of those, and then put on option spreads to take advantage of. If there is still more gas in the tank, Scott, I'd love to be there. But if we do experience what I've said that we might be looking at because of these large put trades,
Alright,
the hedging that's going on,
that should be good for
10% or
now.
more correction in 2021.
I need to make it so my house is creeper proof.
Experience that pain of going from Zoom at 588 down to 350. I'd rather be getting out at those higher numbers and buying back in at the lower numbers. That's what I'm trying to set myself up for.
We got a good battle, Jeff. We got a good battle. We got what some options traders are doing. Some sentiment that the market needs.
Actually, no, I think I have enough to make some stuff over here.
That Josh gave us of how this market
See, I need to make a few things, but not that many, really. I don't know.
things can go, and that
I'm gonna make one of those. I'm gonna make a bucket. I'm gonna make. I need to make a shovel, but not out of iron, out of stone.
Sure. Well, look, I think you want to be diversified, though, and Josh mentioned the barbell.
I think I have enough to make shield, chest plate, and sword. Hopefully. Hopefully I have enough for one extra.
Your largest overweights right now are industrials, materials, discretionary, and financials. Reopen, 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 reopen. Right? Recovery, right? Global recovery. So Josh mentioned the all-country world index. I'm looking at copper at the highest level since 2011. I'm looking at aluminum up 40% from the March lows. Steel up 65%
I think that's enough. Gotta get gravel.
There is a global recovery because we had $90 trillion pumped into the system globally. So of course I believe that all of this is going to lead to, all this liquidity is going to lead to better growth. That's why I want to own economically sensitive stocks. I've got some stocks, Scott, that are still down enormously, right? Boeing is still down 33% year to date. VF Corp is down 15% year to date. Schlumberger down 47%
Here, let me,
year to date. So I am actually slowly nibbling on some of these names because I think that they're going to see a nice recovery.
I'm gonna go up here and
I'm not selling Apple. I'm not
do
selling
this.
Google, right? I'm not selling my secular technology names because I do want to have exposure there. But you really can't have it. You don't want to Josh's point, you don't want to own all of one thing. I happen to be skewed
Okay.
more towards
Right,
cyclical reopen for the reasons I just said. But I also
Let's get a Bernie device. Alright, got one of those. Now let's start making like stuff, I guess. I don't know. Gotta make a carrot farm.
The stock fell really quickly and it hasn't recovered because their volumes were records, but their costs were actually much too high.
I don't know, let's make one over here.
And so I took money. I took money off the table. I took profits of 50%.
Actually, I have an idea for a carrot farm.
But I put it into Union Pacific, which has lagged the market, and it has lagged its peers by 20 to 30%. And that's all because the COO is leaving. But I do think that they've made a lot of strides in terms of overhead and cost initiatives. And so I think that's a better buy because I think, even though at 26 times earnings seems expensive, I think those earnings are trough. And freight volumes are up 14 straight weeks in a row. That's good for the rails.
We're still, Tiffany, in a way, addressing the Francesca question of where you want to be invested. I know the easy answer is barbell, but you have a lot of, well, maybe not a lot, maybe I'm overstating that, but I know you're invested in at least some of these stay-at-home names. Peloton, among others, and I can't remember off the top of my head. You can shed more light on that for me, if you would, in some of these stay-at-home names, which at least over the last week have pulled back some, and in some of those cases, over a longer period of time, they've pulled back a lot. I know we use Zoom as an example because it's a good one to use, but you know, Teladoc's gone from 253 to 198. That's not nothing to sneeze at in terms of a pullback.
Yeah, no, and so I really take issue with this term stay-at-home stocks. And so, again, I'm a long-term investor. I'm not a trader.
Alright, so I'm making
of course, we're looking at markets every single day.
carrot farm.
For the long term.
Because I got a carrot from killing them.
So, Teladoc year to date is up 138%.
Zombie.
There are reasons why I like certain names, and I'll go over that in a second. For the long term. I'm not trading
Here, while it's still daytime, let me go out and start killing these creatures.
And so the reason why I bought a company like Lulu was not because everyone was staying home wearing yoga pants. That was great. But I bought Lulu because they were innovative way before February.
Alright, cool.
Right? So they had a really easy user interface on their app for their
Maybe I should keep some stuff in here.
They really dominate the market in terms of like cult following. I liked them way before 2020. And the decisions that they made, that management made,
What?
going into 2020, set them up
Made no sense.
This environment. Same thing with Chipotle, right? So Lulu's up over 50%. Chipotle up year to date, over 65%. Teladoc up over 138%. And FedEx, year to date, I understand there's been some volatility, but year to date up over 73%. I like those names. I'm going to continue to be in those names.
So yeah, I'm gonna keep killing these innocent animals for sport.
For owning those, right? I like innovation and strong management. I do think that trade is quite interesting because
kill some
we're gonna see
piggies.
movement as we start to move past, getting the stimulus and getting a vaccine. So there's going to be movement there, and there may be some opportunities now for me to buy some of those things. But I don't like the term stay at home.
Okay, let me do this. Let me get some breaking news from Eamon Javers, and then we're going to come to Michael Farr for his best stocks for 2021. But Eamon first has some news for us down in the nation's capital. Eamon?
Yeah, Scott, we're seeing some drama on the Senate floor.
Alright, another good thing to eat, but you can't cook it, with like immediately, you have to actually like put it in a furnace, is fish. Because like it doesn't take long to kill them, and there's a hell of a lot of them most of the time. Ooh, look. Peppa Pig. Burn. Peppa, burn. Oops. Dead. Peppa.
Dow's dipped negative by 30 some odd points, and NASDAQ, which has been underperforming for the better part of the day, is now down by 54. Russell was also red as we came on.
Alright, I have quite a bit of pigs around this area.
Russell's down about 2%.
But accidentally burned Peppa.
The Senate GOP rejecting the $2,000 stimulus checks. That's what Eamon
Peppa, can you just die? I want Peppa to burn to death.
Looks like on the screen. All right, Michael Farr, I teased this up for you. The top 10 stocks for 2021, okay? Which you've also written up on CNBC.com, so I ask everybody to check that out.
Accidentally burned the sheets.
And what's interesting is
Edible items.
high-flying, growthy names are on here. You've got, there they are on the screen. I'll read them out for everybody. You can pick out the ones afterwards you want to talk about. Mondelez, Goldman, Valmont, Lowe's, Becton Dickinson, CVS, Raytheon, Medtronic, a couple of the FANGs, Apple and Alphabet down at the bottom. Floor is yours, Farr.
Scott, thank you. I do this every year. Some years are better than other years. And on the 31st in the morning, I sell my last year's top 10 and I buy the next top 10. We did this for an institutional client, and I've kept doing it in my own portfolio. Some years have been better than others. This is I kind of like. These are basic names. They are at 10%. The average price to earnings ratio is 10% below the S&P. Earnings growth rate is about 60% higher than the S&P. Just if you think about that, to be able to say, on average, I'm going to buy a little bit of a discount, and I'm going to have earnings growth drive the list. We never know if we can get the earnings growth exactly into the right 12-month segment. But I like these names. I think Split and Stephanie Marvell. We have some real blue chippy names in this portfolio in these top 10. We have some that are growth, and then we have those rebound stocks as well. So those that are benefiting from COVID, and then the rebound stocks, a little bit of everything, financials, healthcare, and our tech stocks. And I will buy this on the 31st. And Mondelez, to start out with, is one of those that's very, I think, very conservative. New management doing a great job with supply chain. A little bit of a dividend, and it's Oreo cookies. How do you bet against Oreo?
Hey, Josh,
Alright, I don't know what I needed to cook, but I don't think I did actually need to cook anything.
30 seconds, I gotta bounce.
Dominant company, a lot of the things that they weren't able to make money from this year are coming back next year, but
Alright,
they've also got that work from anywhere component, so I think it works for many reasons.
Stay-at-home play, I think reopening.
I'm doing this for a reason. This,
All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about a bullish call.
well, can't do that, can you? I was trying to do like this type of thing, so you could like easily get up here.
More room to run. We'll reveal the mystery chart next. And a reminder, you can always watch or listen to us live on the go on the CNBC app. We're back on the app right after this.
Maybe I could make it so like,
When the future first arrives, we
I don't know.
recognize it. Interactive Brokers founder Thomas Petterfee brought the future to the floor of the American
I'm gonna keep this window here.
The company had fabricated Wall Street's first mobile computer, and it changed finance forever. Today, Interactive Brokers continues to push finance forward by building the latest technology you need to increase your success. Move your account to Interactive Brokers.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire. I need Indeed. Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of
I'm at full whatchamacallit, so let me get my sword out and I'll get ready for the hunt of the mobs. I'm just gonna make an iron chest. I'm gonna stay out until the wake of the morning. I'm gonna stay out until all the mobs like start burning up. I need to get a little bit more food. I mean, there's no point in not taking all of my stuff that can help me. I just want to make it a little bit of a challenge, so I'm not doing that. So, yeah. Alright, let's get up. Alright, let's go.
With the uncertainty of the virus, you need to get everything you're entitled to. Millions of people have trusted the Medicare coverage helpline. You can too. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-662-3800. That's 1-800-662-3800 now.
So with full iron armor, somebody with diamond sword has to hit you about 8 times. But if somebody has diamond armor and you have an iron sword, you have to hit them about 20 to like 27 times. I don't know which one. I want to try it. I think I have tried it, but I don't know. I don't remember what it is. I think I hit him 27 times.
Gary Hayes, thank you so much for the info. Well, thanks to you. And for the 3rd year in a row, Scott, back to you.
Morgan, thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, Wells Fargo, price target. Today, raised $35 a cent. The firm says it's an ESG improvement story. One of the calls of the day, Stephanie Link knew I was going to come. Because who else?
I know.
Would I go to?
No. It's had a nice run over the last 2 months, but it's still down 45% year to date. It trades at 0.9 times tangible book, right? And the group's at 1.4 times. And there's a reason for it. Yeah, it could be an ESG play. I kind of think it's creative in terms of that's the reason why they're raising the target. I think it's just, look, this is a turnaround story with a new CEO, a new executive team, a new board, by the way. And they've already set the bar really low. They already lowered numbers. They already cut the dividend. They already increased reserves. So not much more can go wrong, I think, with the company. And sure, if ESG helps them along the way, I'll take it. But honestly, this is you're betting on Sharp and the CEO and the management team to rework it.
What does that mean?
I think everything that they're doing is wrong. So if to the extent they fix things at the company, like their sales practices and that whole thing.
I wish there was like an extreme mode on Minecraft. No. Okay, yep, I'm gonna die.
But is that well, I don't get it either, Steph. What Josh is saying, an ESG improvement story, what is that? Just better governance because Charlie Sharp is the CEO?
Every company is an ESG improvement story.
If that one is, then they all are.
But these guys, well, this is true, Scott. And you know what? They do have a new
I didn't realize how much damage Enderman did.
That's really important, right? Because that old board, they were absolutely corrupt. So to improve governance alone, certainly you can make a case for ESG. That's not why I own it. That's not why I was buying more 2 weeks ago.
Tiffany?
Yeah, so I'll just jump in. So on the ESG front, there's 2 things. So there is research that shows if a company comes out and makes a public statement regarding governance, social metrics, those kinds of things, and as a measure of progress over time, the stock price tends to go up about 80 basis points. So there's that. And also, linking to some environmental practices, if a company, has a policy to kind of improve.
Ooh, now if I'm like really low, I can curl away. I mean like 3 hearts. Because everybody knows that 2 hearts equals death.
Charlie Sharp is supposed to be the CEO to turn it around, but yet, on his watch, things have gone down. You can't get on a call with your team and say that we can't find diverse people. That's why we can't hit any goals. And so I don't see this, first of all, they have nowhere to go but up on the ESG score. But, for investors that are concerned about ESG, like my clients are mission-driven organizations, they just don't want to be a part of that. So it's not about the money. All money is good to some clients.
Alright, 2 pearls.
Guys, let's do this.
I could beat the end. That would be funny.
Right now that I want to talk to y'all about. And I
Oh my
want to let
gosh,
Mr. Gibb
wow.
come on and discuss this with us too. Can we see shares of Intel, please? Because we're now learning that Third Point, run by Daniel Loeb, has sent a letter
shovel
to
sucks.
Intel pushing the company to explore its strategic alternatives, including whether it should remain an integrated device manufacturer. That again is according to a letter that Third Point has sent to Intel's chairman. You can see that shares are up 6% right now. I have the letter in front of me, and it's a little hard to
Jesus.
as we're having this conversation. Is Leslie Picker ready yet? And Leslie's going to be joining us too, who has some good perspective on Third Point.
Once I get to 4 hearts and I pearl, maybe, I don't know. Nah, I don't need to. That got me low though. Check if I missed anything, because that skeleton had full, like almost full chainmail.
Certainly in not the greatest of positions, as you would know, certainly if you own those shares, as some of our investment committee members have in the past. They say from a governance point of view, again, quoting from the letter, we cannot fathom how the boards who presided over Intel's decline could have permitted management to fritter away the company's leading market position while simultaneously rewarding them handsomely with extravagant compensation packages. Stakeholders will no longer tolerate such apparent abdications of duty. Those pretty scathing words from Dan Loeb. Considering these and other challenges, he said, we suggest the board retain a reputable investment advisor to evaluate strategic alternatives, including whether Intel should remain an integrated device manufacturer and the potential divestment of certain failed acquisitions. Well, we're waiting for Leslie to join this conversation. Steph, as I go to Steph and Josh,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody owns it now, because Josh Brown had it and got rid of it, and I think Pete was still sitting in it, as we even joked about as soon as yesterday. But Steph, what do you think about this?
100% agree with Dan Loeb. 100%. This company has been a failure, quite frankly. And to give up the market share that they have, and they just gave AMD a 3-year lead in 7-nanometer processors. And AMD's still now working on 5-nanometer processor. Intel can't even get the 10 out the door. So they have been an absolute terrible investment over the years. And I actually remember when I sold this stock, I said the only way this thing goes up is if you do have an activist get involved. And so, yeah, I mean, it's interesting news, but I don't know what they can do. And they've already sustained so much market share, and AMD is going to continue to run much better.
Yeah, I mean, and Loeb also mentions that in the letter. He says under the visionary leadership of Dr. Lisa Su, of course she's at AMD, AMD put its liquidity concerns behind it, has been taking meaningful market share in Intel's core PC and data center CPU markets as well. So, Josh, let me bring in Leslie Picker, who
Let me check how his stopwatch is. Almost 40 minutes. 39:45. Okay, I'm gonna do the thing with them. Alright, I'm gonna go. Aww, it's raining. You should watch Death Note. You've already told me this. I'm just streaming right now. I've survived in hard mode on Minecraft for only 40 minutes.
This company should spin off or sell certain assets in order to boost the stock price. They say that they have a
My rules are that I go out every night.
This letter in particular does not note what that stake is exactly.
I'll just kill these sheep with my own sword. I know it's good. I've heard about it very muchly.
Point of view that compensation is something that they should be rethinking how it's structured in order to better align those incentives with shareholders. And then they note this idea of a loss of manufacturing leadership and other missteps that have allowed competitors to skip ahead here, as well as what that's meant for their customers. And they note specific customers in the letter, like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon, which Third Point says are now developing their own in-house silicon solutions and sending those designs to be manufactured in each
Aw, dang it,
It's a competitive
I accidentally just pearled. I'm gonna need to get more pearls tonight.
What Intel says in regard to this letter, we've reached out to them for comment, and as far as I know, since I've been talking, we have not heard back from them yet.
I know, it's hard to do this stuff like literally on the fly because you don't know what calls have come in, but I know you'll let us know if they do respond. Stay with us. So, Josh Brown, I guess the question is, does Intel have a shot? Do they have a chance to turn things around, or have they fallen too far behind the likes of AM? Even if they do, what Third Point Daniel will want them to do?
I think in semiconductors, it's become very similar to software companies and social media companies, where the vision from the top became the most important thing. And then, of course, execution of that vision is how you literally
This would if Dream got a seed like this, and he was standing here, and the hunters were like really far away, and he was just confused about this, and he went down here and he saw that it leads like that. Then something he could do to like confuse the hunters, like say he was just pretending to like kill a stuff or crash something, then he would see the hunters, they'd be chasing after him, and he could just go like, and they would like follow him and stuff, and like then they would be dead. I don't know, maybe he could get away from him like that.
Even Qualcomm's up 250% over that same period of time, last 5 years. The S&P is up 100%. So Intel has underperformed literally everything.
I think when I get to an hour, I'm gonna stop. So like basically, I'm gonna make it so every stream I do of me surviving, like an hour, so every stream equals 1 hour that I survive, basically.
Apple, Amazon, they're having success. Google building their own chips. They're not going to
Okay, let me make sure that like it says that I'm streaming right now, and it's like, yeah, it's still going on the clock.
Or I don't know. They're not going to be a foundry. They're not going to do what Taiwan Semi does. So is there room for a chip giant that doesn't
Wait, let me check something.
I really don't have the answer to it. So even though I think Dan Lord's approach will work, it could take a long time for this country to
Alright, I'm gonna check if I'm actually like streaming or not, because well, like what I mean by that is like it sometimes
It's beautiful outside, honey.
sometimes it like glitches out and it makes it so I'm not streaming. Or not like not streaming, but just makes it like so when I'm done streaming, it doesn't like do the thing. It doesn't like you can't like watch it after I'm done streaming sometimes. But like most of the time when I check it to see and like watch it just for like 2 seconds with my own account, it like works and stuff. So let me cook some food. How much food do I need to cook? Quite a bit. I need to cook raw mutton and some raw chicken. Why is it still raining? It's been raining for a little bit in my opinion. Yeah, I kinda do. As well. Let me like light this up a little bit. Bye. So glad you could be a part of this. That's Leslie Picker joining us there. We'll be right back with John's Unusual Activity Trace next. Bye.
Searching for info on options trading, and look, it feels like I'm just wasting time.
That's why TD Ameritrade designed first of its kind personalized education center. Their award-winning content is tailored to fit your investing goals and interests, and it learns with you. So as you become smarter, so do its recommendations.
Like my training service.
Like some active
Alright, well, I need to, I forgot to grow my carrots. Start production on my carrots. I just realized I didn't need to make an iron hoe, and I literally have like no iron left because I made an iron hoe. Why would I make that? I'm gonna I thought of an idea I could use my bones for. Bone meal. Most people do use it on bone meal, so I don't think that was a big brain moment. Top 10 big brain moments. A person thinks of using bone meal for their food. Alright, look, I got a carrot. Yes. Alright, I'm gonna make this my carrot farm. So that's gonna be my carrot farm. Quite obviously. No, I think I'm gonna just end the stream here. So yeah, thank you guys for